That's good. This is good.
I think that pitch right there could be big for Falter. Yeah, that change up. He pushed that one, got underneath it, but if he could really start to throw that more effectively, he'd have a lot of success with it.
Go like that.
2-2. Foul off.
All right, we got a 2-2 count. Pitch fouled away. So Short will see another one.
Kind of developed a little bit last year as the season went along. Started throwing it a little bit harder.
What the hell?
Started getting a little sharper break to it.
And here's the 2-2, and Short's called out on strikes. Yeah, that was a little high.
And there's a strikeout to begin things here this afternoon for Bailey Falter.
So fastball at the top of the zone.
All right, Ryan Kreidler's up.
Just at the top.
Boom, 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 boom.
If you're a pitcher, you want that pitch all day, right?
Absolutely.
What's up, Derek? Yeah, how you been, man?
Kreidler.
You getting excited? We're what, like just a little bit away from opening day?
He takes a little bit high. 1 ball, no strikes.
Let me refresh this. I already know it's bad, probably.
Okay,
we're
1
going
home
good.
run of the spring for Kreidler.
We got a 1-0 count.
26 games for the Tigers last year. Tigers lost
Up high, ball 2.
6 games.
Pretty much the same spot that Short got struck out on, so it's kind of weird. Anyway, 2-0.
I think it might be an uphill battle for them again this year.
2-0.
That'll be called strike 1.
With young pieces where if they do produce, obviously they're put them in a better standing.
All right.
American League Central, but some of the younger guys.
Good, how are you? Can't wait. Yeah. I've been good. Kreidler swings and misses. It'll be 2-2. Nice pitch there by Falter.
Obviously, a couple of those young pieces. Phillies know them well.
Yeah, Felter.
Today, but Matt Vierling and Nick Maton sent over to the Tigers.
There's a timeout called for
2
Kreidler.
balls, 2 strikes on Kreidler here in the first.
Here's the 2-2. 1 away here in the top half of the first. Kreidler hits it,
Center field on the run.
and it'll be caught by the center fielder.
2 away.
2 down. Now we'll see Javier Baez. We'll see if he can get anything going here.
You see that kind of a crosswind going right to left, and there were some lefties that were juicing some balls, and they just were getting even to the
I don't know who that is.
That ball came off the bat hot. I thought it was going
What does she? Is she like doing a concert?
easily.
I know there's a B.O.B. No, what the fuck concert is it tonight? I know there's a concert tonight,
First pitch to Baez.
but I'm not interested in it. I don't go to the school concerts
First chance back.
at the Encore bar.
Handles it with no problem.
No, I don't. I'm not really sure who that is.
2-3 start for Bailey Falter. We'll go to the bottom of the
All right, we'll go to the bottom of the first. That'll end the first inning. Baez grounds out on the first pitch. It'll be Trea Turner. Hey, look at that, the hero. Trea Turner, Kyle Schwarber, and Ramuto. Then Hoskins, Castellanos, Stott, Bohm, Cave, and Marsh. We'll see how the rest of this plays. She's a DJ and a model. Pre-strikeout. Oh, Baez hit a ground ball at least, Nate. Oh, yeah, I don't. Must be a younger person. You guys got to remember, I'm like 30, so I'm 29. I'll be turning 30. I don't really, you know what I mean? Maybe if I was like 8 years younger, I might know who she was. But no, that's not really my thing. I'm sure people around here are pretty excited about it. You know, it's just, you know what I mean? It's just that I'm way out of that age range. But it'll be Turner, Schwarber, and Ramuto to lead it off. Yeah, it is pretty crazy. Well, I don't know. CMU has a pretty good reputation as like a party school, party like atmosphere up here. So I get it. Plus, I don't know, it's a fun MAC school. I don't know, CMU has a decent reputation for good, fun stuff. We have Timothy Turner. Yeah, I know. If this dude's probably gonna get like a hero's ovation when he comes up too, because we are at the Phillies home ballpark for spring training anyway. All right. Why the hell is this so slow? All right, here we go.
Turner, Schwarber, and Realmuto back from the World Baseball Classic, and the first pitch to Trea Turner is in there for a called strike.
Yeah, we watched.
Trea Turner had through the WBC. Facing the lefty, Joey Wentz.
Inside, ball 1-1 count.
Wentz, who made his big league debut last year.
Yep, 1 week away. Opening day just around the corner. Unfortunately, the Tigers are starting to lose every single game, so that's popped up. Should be the first out of the inning as long as we don't fuck it up and we don't run away. Yeah, the Dodgers let him go, I guess. Yeah, he went to Philly in the offseason. Philly should be right around the top of the league again. Gotta remember their GM is Dave Dombrowski, who has like a weird knack at bringing people in. So, hey, and if you guys could, make sure you guys press like and everything like that. It'll help the stream out and get some people in here. Oh, that's gone. Oh, never mind. It's off the wall. I thought that was a home run. Schwarber bashes it off the left center wall. That'll be an easy stand-up double. 1 on, 1 out. Candy? Yeah, he sucked. Well, I don't know. He was just not consistent. Maybe someone else can turn him into a better player. Nah. Nope. We don't. There's not really not enough attention or people that watch and come and be consistent with these streams to do 2 of them. But nah. I also have class. So I'm leaving at like 3:30, 3 o'clock on this game. Nope, I don't know. It's too much of pulling teeth with some of these games to stream them consistently or care about the preseason. So nope. Maybe. Tigers are really bad at developing players. I would argue we're probably one of the worst in the league the last decade, which explains why none of our players are good in the MLB. You know? Can't really be as bad as the Tigers have been without also being bad at developing players. So the struggles of somebody like Jeimer Candelario are probably more so directly on the hands of the Tigers, more so than the shortcomings or lack of talent by a player, in my opinion. You could see that with the sudden explosion of power that you've seen out of Isaac Paredes last year when he was traded over to the Rays. He went from a guy who could barely hit to hitting what, like 2. I mean, he still really couldn't hit. His average is garbage. He strikes out all the time, but he suddenly was like a 20 homer guy.
Just going to beat you with the long ball. I mean, they can beat you in so many different facets offensively.
Yeah, I think those people would be better if they were somewhere else. Yeah, I think every single one of them people would be much better if they had gone somewhere else. Yeah, I have zero faith in whatever the fuck that coaching and developmental staff was. They're good in the minors, but that's as far as it goes for them. 1-0 count. 2 away here after a quick fly out. What's up, Random? And again, that's not to just be over negative on the Tigers. It's just kind of the truth of the situation. There's a reason why none of our players seem to be major league ready when they get called up. They like hit what, 350, 400 at the AAA level, and they'll fly through the AA level. But suddenly, when they come up to the the MLB level, that's a brick wall for them. So I'm like, all right, something's got to give on that. No, it can't just be we just don't draft major league quality players. We just can't do it. Ah, that'll get a run in. Looks like Hoskins drives the run in, RBI single, and now up will be Nick Castellanos with the runner at first, and 2 away, 1-0 Phillies.
Just tucks this ball inside the line. Wentz goes first pitch breaking ball. Second
AJ Hinch and
figured at some point I gotta
yeah, it seems like they do all right with pitching. I'll be honest. It literally isn't just torque; it's everybody. Nobody at the. Can you name a single hitter that's been good that we've brought up through the system other than Riley Green, and he hit 250 last year? You know, even Riley Green didn't hit that great.
Nick starting to come around a bit. Maybe starting to feel a little bit better, a little more comfortable with some of the changes they made early in spring training.
I don't know. 1-1 count, pitch a bit outside.
1 strike now.
I think we'll be all right now because they fired all them people, but we had the same loser-ass staff since 2002. And these loser-ass staff people were trying to make them play baseball like it was still 2003, and it was very evident. All their approaches were bad. They didn't know how to really adjust to the modern game. It looked like it was just shitty.
I think that was a good changeup.
And that was the problem. They just had an old-ass staff that didn't know what modern baseball was. You know? They were just like, nah, we'll just keep doing the same thing. All right, well, that didn't work. Can we do something new? Nah. All right, well, I guess we'll just suck for forever. That's fun.
An adjustment for Nick at this stage.
That was the problem.
Make some swing modifications.
Like 0 people have ever come through our minor league system that's been good since like 2002. If you can name them, I mean, I'll stand corrected. Other than like the rare player who's turned out to be a megastar, like Verlander. Like it's like yeah, we got Verlander, yeah. Wow. Anyway, it'll be yeah, I'm just glad they got rid of them people and we're heading in a new direction. Meadows, Rogers, and Hernandez. Meadows, Rogers, and Hernandez. Yeah, Nick Cast. So you're saying surefire players who were going to be good regardless of where they got drafted to. Good defense. Name a player who wasn't supposed to be good that actually just blew everything's expectation. Nick Castellanos was supposed to be great, and he's turned out to be great. So that's a bad example. It's the same thing as Verlander. He was supposed to be good, and he turned out to be really good. You know what I mean? So you're not giving me anything to work against. Porcello, you mean a first-round draft pick? Yeah, that's crazy. Second-round draft pick, I think. Kid we drafted out of high school. Yeah, he was supposed to be really bad. No, the Tigers are a sign people team. And that's how Dave Dombrowski works. He didn't, you know, it's just a... Yeah, that's been my argument, Billy. That's my argument. That's part of the reason why the team sucks right now is because if you're not willing to spend hundreds of millions of dollars, you have to be able to develop players, and the Tigers just don't have that infrastructure. Because Dave Dombrowski and Mike Ilitch had a fully different philosophy of, yeah, fuck it. If they're not immediately all-stars, don't waste your time on, you know, these guys with drafting stuff. So, it is what it is. It's a commercial break, by the way. We're just waiting for the top of the second to come back on. 1-0 Phillies have the lead. It's just, you know, Tigers had to. It's just when they fired Dombrowski, they should have fired the entirety of the rest of the staff around. But they kept them until they just fired Hinch.
A little bit.
We go to the second.
Oh, the kid. Yeah, I don't know his actual name, but yeah, the kid who struck out all those really good players from the Dominican Republic. Strike one to Meadows. It'll be Meadows, Rogers, and Hernandez.
Where does the time go?
What's up, Water?
Teenager next month.
If you guys don't mind dropping likes and all that, if you don't mind, it'll help the stream out. Hopefully he turns out to be good. But yeah, the Tigers did bring in a whole new developmental staff, so things are going better. You know what I mean? Like, that was an old complaint. Now we're in a new era, new different team, new developmental staff, new analytics department.
We would never do that.
He's been playing all spring. Got to remember, they play Meadows a little longer than the other starters, actually, and a little bit more often because he's trying to, like, break off some rust, get his head back in the space. He missed all last year with vertigo and a weird mental health crisis. Not really. No, they don't really ever describe what exactly happened. But I don't know what happened upstairs for him.
Talk about a big piece of this lineup.
No, because he came up through Boston too, and he couldn't really hit. And he's been all over. He just is a kind of shitty hitter. But you know what Jose Iglesias' problem is? Full count here for Austin Meadows. And I love Jose Iglesias, don't get me wrong. He sees himself as a 30 to 40 home run a year hitter. And that's just not the case. Tell me I'm wrong about that exact assessment on Jose. Hey, that'll be off the glove. That'll be a base hit for Austin Meadows. Oh, is he okay? Oh, no. Oh, no. I think Rhys Hoskins is hurt.
That's not a good sign.
I hope it's just twisted funny and he's not. Oh, no.
He's in a lot of pain.
He looks kind of banged up. Yeah, I'm watching the game. Yeah, Rhys Hoskins just fielded a ball pretty badly. And he's rolling around. He looks like he might be hurt. Eesh. How am I watching? MLB TV. He sucked.
Man, you do not want to see this a week before they break camp.
No.
I'm just not a big Alex Avila guy. Yeah, he was fun to watch. It's just he just viewed himself as like this great power hitter that just he never really was that guy.
Meniscus in the offseason, this looks like he's holding his left knee.
Yeah.
Didn't he just had a knee injury too, didn't Hoskins?
He retreats on this ball. Right there.
Ah, fuck yeah, he did something.
That's a shame.
That sucks.
EMS crews that are on site on their way out.
Yeah, he was rolling around pretty good. It looks like he twisted it up. He might have popped it.
Maybe try and stabilize that knee. Oh man.
JD Martinez is a rare one that they got 100% correct. You guys should have said JD Martinez. Well, I don't know. JD's a weird one, right? Because he was picked up by the Diamondbacks, mismanaged there. Then the Tigers brought him over, and he sort of got himself going. Like, I would actually more so credit JD Martinez to Maglio Ordonez and Jim Leland than our developmental staff, if that makes any kind of sense. And I think if you listen to JD Martinez talk, I think he does almost directly credit those two. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't call JD Martinez a player we developed. Though with Jim Leland and Miguel, there's like a long storied history between that situation. You remember the notebooks and all that other fun stuff. And he kind of developed in the major leagues, not through the minor league system. So it's not exactly the similar thing with JD Martinez. That's why I credit it more to like Jim Leland's direct coaching.
But you're right. He spent that offseason. Obviously, he had his right knee repaired, the meniscus.
Ah, damn. Hoskins had his knee just repaired, and it looks like he just hurt his left knee. What a cruel twist of fate knee injuries can be. Guess he's going to be DHing soon. It's probably the end of that in his career. Unfortunate. I hope it's not bad. I hope it's just like really twisted up bad. But with the way that everything's kind of being reacted to right now, it looks like he might have just tore his hurt his meniscus, his left one now. Hopefully it's not the ACL. Hopefully, like, as bad as it may sound, whatever he hurt, hopefully it was just the meniscus in his knee. Because, you know, that may suck, but it's not as, like, critically devastating as, like, hurting your ACL. Or your PCL, or the patellar tendon, or... I think if we would have had the developmental staff to support the Leland era, we would have been untouchable. Yep. Well, we had the right... I don't know, in like up until about 2008, 2009, I do think we did have a good staff of like for the era developmental stuff, right? I think the problem lied when we kept the guys we hired in 2002 until last year. You see where the problem starts to come? Like, if they'd have fired them guys in like 2000 and, you know, when Jim left, it would have been appropriate. But they just never did those moves. All right, it looks like they're finally getting old buddy up and out of the game. Hopefully he's all right. Yep. Oh, yeah. The way you can always tell if somebody, if it wasn't the Tigers' fault, is if they sucked elsewhere as well. But there's always that in the back of your mind of, like, did the Tigers developmental poison them? Or are they just kind of a bad player? Because also, Dave Dombrowski can't draft. Little secret about Dave Dombrowski. Which is another reason why he gets fired really, really quickly from everywhere, is because eventually teams look around at their minor league system that was probably very rich before he showed up, and suddenly there's nobody left. And Dave hasn't had a good draft ever, and they're spending a lot of money on some really old players. Pudge Rodriguez? You mean a guy we signed from Texas? All right, they're getting warmed up now. We just to remind you what the situation in the game is. It is the top of the second. Rhys Hoskins just left with a knee injury, so hopefully he's all right. We are in the top of the second. One on, nobody out. Meadows had just reached with the single, and now Jake Rogers is up. Just a quick little. Here's where we are in the game. I gotta go make sure that I did the yellow badge check thing. Just gotta make sure. Sometimes you get a yellow badge, sometimes you don't. Oh, I already did that. Hey, we have 7 likes. That's pretty good. If you guys haven't done so, make sure you drop a like. It'll help the stream out. We can get up into the 10 like range. That'd be pretty helpful. Get some people in here, you know.
Jake Rogers.
Yeah, that's another thing I'm talking about. Matt Manning's had a bad run.
Get back to play here with Meadows at first base. Rogers the catcher for the Tigers.
This Phillies broadcast to MLB TV is so slow. Strike, ball 1 rather. Yeah, that's the thing, is they tried rushing him along with just fastballs. Yeah,
Jake Rogers.
And now they have to basically teach him how to throw fucking breaking balls. Pretty bad. They'll call that strike 1. All right, Rogers, you'll have to swing the bat. You're allowed to do so. It's not against the rules. It's actually heavily encouraged to swing. All right, here we go. All right, that's another strike called. You do swing the bat, you know, that's okay. Remember Cleat Thomas, we drafted him in the 5th round in 06. Yeah, some guys just suck, dude. It's not even a fault of the Tigers. Some guys just suck. 2-2. You know? It is what it is.
He can have a lot of success with that.
Yeah, he just has to change his pitch mechanics. He was doing good. He was fine until he blew his arm out. It's not like he was a shitty pitcher. Half the time he struggled, it was because the defense just made colossal errors behind him. I'm not going to rewrite history. Sometimes his control was a little bad. But, you know, that's mainly mechanics.
How much protection you have on? That hurts.
Mainly bad mechanics. Got a 2-2 count here for Mr. Rogers. Here's the pitch. That'll be in the dirt, ball 3. Yeah, I think Mize will be all right.
Now the count full. JT back there to block that.
Very, very clear, obvious, like, mechanical issues, but hopefully they get him fixed. Well, yeah, because hopefully he realizes why he hurt his arm in the first place is, you know, the mechanical issues. And Rogers strikes out, but at least he went down swinging, so that's whatever. Here comes Hernandez up with 1 away, runner at first, top of the second, 1-0 Philly leads. What's the score?
Yeah, you know, I remember talking to him midway through last year, and it wasn't a big difference in velocity, but it was just
Here's Hernandez.
try to get a little more tilt to it.
Take strike 1.
Sometimes when you throw it harder, you get.
I don't know how you could. It'd be so hard to take that first pitch like right down the middle, especially in spring training. I'd be like, man, I want to rip on that.
But it's true.
Just a good fastball right down the middle with probably very minimal movement.
Former Phillies Cesar Hernandez at the plate.
Here's the 0-1. Up high, ball 1.
Trying to win a job with the Tigers after spending all of last year back in the division.
I hope
Washington Nationals.
we don't suffer too hard because of all the injuries last year. We're going to have a really odd-looking pitching staff until, like, July or possibly next year. And then everything should look normal next season, like, honestly. 2-1 now.
Good question there, Scott.
Cesar in 2021 hit 21 homers.
Have a tire. Well, I mean, it does, like, retighten all the joints and shit. So, I mean, it gives them kind of like a new arm to work with. So, I mean, I could see it.
2-1.
Ah, shit. It's going to be at least 1. There's no way they get 2 with that. And they do. Fuck. All right, so they get the lead runner at second, so that wasn't the greatest out. Hernandez reaches via force at second, and we'll have 1 on, 1 out. They're 1 on, 2 out, and here's Ibanez.
Knowing it's definitely not going to be a double play ball, but I'll still try and get the lead runner.
It could. It could also end a pitcher's career, though. Tommy John can be a pretty bad one, but I think as it happens more and more, just kind of like with the ACL repairs, I think it's more of a guaranteed type of success thing. Slowly, it's becoming like, you had Tommy John, oh well. Whereas I think previously it used to be a near death sentence. But you know, with the advancement of what's the word? Medical technology. Just with medical advancements. Ah, damn it, that's going to stay in bounds. Yeah. All right, well, we'll head to the bottom of the second. That was a little bit of a lengthy in-between. That's all right. You know, there was an injury. We'll see Stop Bowman Cave due up here in the bottom of the second. That's the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. 1-0 Philly leads after 1. Or after 2 and 2. Whatever you want to consider it. It's always weird when you're in like the top half of an inning. Do you go after 2 or do you go after like 1.5? Because technically you have seen your team play 2. Like you would be leading after 1. Like as the home team, you would be leading after 2 innings because the away team is down by 1 after 2. After their 2 at bats, so that would be 2 innings. But you've only batted once, so it's kind of like this weird, tension with that. I feel like, well, what is the technical correct way to look at this? Is it is it 1.5 or is it 2 innings that they played? And then it's 2 full innings when they get done with the bottom of the second. It's always something I've thought about with baseball. I'm like, well, what would be the right way to look at that? Sure, it's an irrelevant thing to think about. I'm sure none of you have had that dilemma, but, you know, it's something I think about. But anyway, it's 6, 7, and 8 due up. I think the game's coming back on here in a second. Can't really tell. Yeah, it sounds like it's back on. All right, Stop Bowman Cave, 6, 7, 8. We'll see how Joey Wentz and the Tigers respond here. Hopefully shut him down and keep it at just a single 1-0 Phillies lead. Strike 1 called. Okay, cool. Kind of a low pitch, but, you know, it is what it is. Kind of been calling that all game.
Bryson Stott leading it off. And Wentz delivers.
Yeah, dude, he literally just called that exact spot. I don't know why you're... Sometimes I wonder what goes through people's minds when they're batting, when it's like, all right, they're going to call that spot a strike. And then they call it again. It's like, dude, you just seen that he's calling it there. At this point, that's on you for not swinging. That'll be a pie ball 1. I think about sometimes when I see pitchers pitching a half an inning, like if there's 2 outs, Yeah, like half inning. Like, it's all so confusing.
Straight ball, I don't spin it like.
You don't?
No.
I figured you would know how to do that.
No.
You're more of a brute force.
Yeah, because like if you pitch the top of the third, the top of the second, that's a full inning's worth of work.
It's a lot of fun.
But it's only considered, you know, like half of the full inning. It's so odd to try to figure out statistically. That's part of the reason I have questions about it. Anyway, it's 2-2.
Nola would love to have you.
Just asking questions, you know.
Displaying
I'm
your
trying to do my own research.
bowling attack. 2-2.
Foul ball. 2-2 count still, so, or well, so that'll remain kind of 2. Yeah, it's 2-2 after a foul ball.
So far on the spring, just a 205 average. Couple of
Here's the pitch from Wentz. He's having a pretty good start so far against a pretty good lineup, and Meadows is under it. 1 away.
one down.
Did that look like a dejected dugout or what?
That'll bring up
I mean, they got
Bohm.
you know, you always pull for your teammates.
Yeah, that I was gonna say. I don't think the Phillies look too hyped up. They look really upset. That's not good. Hopefully Hoskins is all right. But man, they don't look. They look kind of upset. Like, damn, we just lost one of our better players. Well,
Again, we don't know the report, but did not
the announcers just said they still don't have really any reports on Hoskins' knee.
Rob Thompson. I mean,
Here's the 1-0.
right for manager to already start
I guess that's 2-0. A bit too far inside.
you have to.
possibilities and where you go to if there's a lengthy absence.
Yep.
2 balls,
Here's
2
the
strikes.
pitch. Foul ball.
Fouls this one away.
That's one
Alec
thing-
Boehm's supposed to be a pretty good player, though. I wonder if he's going to continue to develop in a good way.
Different scenario there is. I mean, he thinks
At one point, he was like a top prospect, wasn't he? Hey, we're up over the double digits in likes. We have 11 now. I appreciate that, guys. It's very kind. So I did ask my dad this today. What will the rotation be? Lorenzen out for a little bit. I would imagine Brisky will get the immediate nod. Here's the 3-1 offering.
Lefty deals. That's high.
I think Brisky was already like a considered guy for the rotation. And then,
And that'll
well, actually, it probably depends on how, if they both get a start here at the end of training, how they do.
of the Phillies is Jake Cave.
But I think Brisky was already going to start the bullpen. So,
First year for the Phillies.
if you didn't hear that, I think Brisky was already like slated to be a bullpen guy.
PS.
So I think they're going to go with Brisky. Because he was already on that weird like border spot of like being a starter or working out of the bullpen for a year, then going back to starting. I think anyway. Unless Wentz, you know, kills the rest of this game, but
There's a swing and a foul.
he might be another year behind Joey, or like a later year in the year type call up.
Today the DH for the Phils.
Either one would probably be fine. I think if Brisky does get the move into the starting rotation, I do think that there's a good shot that someone like Wentz does get called up to the bullpen, though. To kind of like eat the end of innings, probably piggyback off of Brisky starts, so you can kind of like see like both of them. Depending if we're placing a lineup with a bunch of lefties, you might see Wentz get the start, and then Brisky finishes like the other like 3-4 innings, like we did a lot last year.
To the Twins.
Just so we don't stress anyone's arm out again like we had to last year and everybody gets hurt.
Pretty deep. Kreidler back.
Ah, fuck.
He leaps at the
That's gone.
play, comes off the wall.
Oh, never mind. That's just off the wall.
So he'll only make it to second base. That is a longest single as you can find in this ball.
We just missed a so because the ball was almost caught, they had to stay at first.
Go halfway.
Yeah, that's one, especially with one out.
So it'll be a single for a very long single off the top of the wall. What's up, Jacob?
Tagging up on this.
Eduardo, Boyd, Turnbull, Manning. Then we would need some. Yeah, I would go Brisky.
You got to get as close to second base, whereas if he does catch it, you can retreat easily. But if not, you will be standing on.
Yeah, that's smarter base running.
Retreat here, like he was going to.
Oh, there's a bunt.
Marsh tries a bunt and
We're gonna call him out at first, though. I think he might have been safe. 2 outs, and I think the run scores.
Cesar Hernandez with a quick flip to
Yeah, I think Marsh might have been safe. Hey, me and Marsh have a similar beard. Anyway, 2 down. Runners at second and third. Now up to bat is Turner.
Just brings it with him.
So Marsh does a good job. Sack moves the runners up to second and third. Hopefully we can get him out and we don't get screwed. When is the next mock draft stream? I don't know. All right, bouncer over to... oh, no. Oh, I thought that was a high. I thought he overthrew it. Man, that throw looks so high. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, well, anyway. We strand the runners, so that's a good thing. More trade? It's what he wanted. Plus, they're trying to get other guys, so makes sense. Lipsius, Jonathan Davis in short. 8-9-1 for the Tigers. That's Lipsius, Jonathan Davis, and Zach Short. Top of the third, 1-0 Philly leads. That was a... oh. All right. Yeah, 8-9-1 coming up. Sorry, I blanked there. I don't know. Dude, I don't know where he wanted to go. That's kind of irrelevant, isn't it? It's not like he could demand where he wanted to be traded to. I don't fucking know. You'd have to ask him if he wanted to go to Cleveland. I'm sure anywhere was better than the Jets to him though, based on whatever. I don't know. I'm not more. And he's not a good enough player that anybody would have asked him or cared. I'm sorry to tell you. I doubt his opinion or input. I mean, I feel like that's an irrelevant statistic. Yeah, they're good. I mean, you can look those things up. I do NFL streams, you guys. I'm not going to analyze these things during a baseball stream. I'll say, yeah, they're both good. That's about as deep as of analysis I'll provide you. I'm sorry. No, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but it's like, guy, that's kind of like way off topic. Do you want me to like break down why I think Mosley and Sutton are good? Just ignore this baseball game. 0-2. Not really the point of what we're here for.
3 homers on the spring.
But yeah, they're good.
Tigers looking at, as you said,
It's just I'd like to go more in depth than that, and I feel like that's a lazy ass easy answer. Foul tipped. He's out. Lipsius strikes out. Here comes Jonathan Davis now.
they're looking for
Darn.
progress. Again,
One away.
some of these younger players,
Again, not trying to be rude or anything, Derek.
Guys like Spencer Torkelson, who
No, you're good. You're good. I do think they're good pickups. I don't want to like go too in depth in why. I just think Mosley's really good. Comes from a good defense. We should be able to use him. And Sutton, I think they're just underrated.
I think he's got
Strike one here to Davis.
out of high school. We see AJ Hinch, who I didn't think was going to be on the trip today. But
He probably could hit better than we can.
stay away.
0-2.
Jonathan Davis.
At least last year.
To count nothing and 2, it'll be Hinch's 3rd season
Come on, Davis.
in Detroit.
Nice to see if he can get out and get on the base pass, cause a little havoc. Hey, there we go. That might bloop.
Flare into center. Marsh coming on. Won't
Hey, there we go. Little bloop single. Davis is on with a 1-out single. 1 on, 1 out for the Tigers. Let's see if he gets ready to steal here down into second and beyond. Yeah, the Lions have C.J. Gardner-Johnson though, so I don't, everything else is falling into line.
Zach Short, top of the order.
Here's Zach Short, leadoff hitter. So we're back at the top of the
Short.
top of everything.
Looking his first time up. Last time the Tigers Finished
Here's the
500 or
pitch.
better, was
Uh-oh.
2016. Pitch
Oh, they
inside
smoked his
those
ass. Oh, he's... Whoa, that's a horrible call. Wait a minute.
Remarkable.
Why was he called out?
tag and JT.
Show a replay. I don't think he was out, though.
He's amazing.
And to the novice watcher at home, is thinking, well, he bounced it. This is intentional. This is deliberate.
No, the bounce is fine.
So I'm gonna throw it in the turf.
I just don't think... I think the throw didn't... I don't think the tag was in time.
All he's got to do is really catch the ball. He'll slide right into it.
Nah, I think his hand got in there. I think if there was... See, there's a reason they're not showing it close.
And why not?
Because they know if that was a situation that could be replayed, that was completely going to not go their way.
He's so efficient to his feet. And the ball's
Yeah, he's safe. He's fucking way in there. Okay. All right. Yeah, I got that right. Yeah, the reason they're not showing more of that thing is because it's like, he's probably safe.
Underneath the tag. Basically, he just slid into
No, he wasn't out, dude. The reason that he's safe is or out is because there's no challenge in spring whatever.
1-2 from Fulton.
Dishonest ass fucking Philly people. What's new? I think the Tigers will be better offensively. Yeah, I mean it's not a high bar.
Something that was never even thought of when I caught.
Bounce.
Never.
I disagree. I think our starting pitching is going to be substantially worse,
Well, that you take all the second guess out of
and
it.
our bullpen will be about the same.
And it's, I mean, it was so quick. I tell young catchers all the time, you could have the best arm.
He should have stuck with baseball. Why?
Absolute cannon, like a
Is he not that good at football?
But unless your footwork is there, it doesn't matter how good an arm you have. Pitchers want to repeat.
Anyway, here's the 3-2 offering, and short flies out. Unless he hit a home run, but I doubt it. Yep, all right. That'll be the third out of the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third coming up. It'll be Schwarber, Realmuto, and Wilson. 2, 3, and 4 due up here in the bottom of the third. 1-0 Philly leads. It'll be Schwarber, Realmuto, and Wilson. Hoskins left the game injured. Commercial break. Why should Mahomes have stuck to baseball? I don't know. I think he made the right decision with career choices. But I'd like to hear a compelling argument as to why football hasn't really worked out for the guy. He's one Super Bowl win away this year from actually having a credit, like an actual dynasty in sports. So your argument is going to have to be really crazily good, to the point where you would have to tell me that a Hall of Fame-esque worthy, like he'd be in the Hall of Fame if he got hurt this year and had to retire. You do realize he's like a Hall of Famer, or like damn near close. I don't know if he'd be first ballot, but like he'd probably get in. You know what I mean, Derek? I don't know if he should have stuck with baseball. Within 6 or 7 years, you're already a surefire Hall of Famer. Yeah, we own his draft rights, which is hilarious. Okay. I don't know, man. I think he made the 100% correct decision to ditch baseball and go with football full bore. You know who probably made the wrong decision is Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray should have been the first overall pick of the MLB draft and followed baseball. But football, I think, pays more quick money right away. And you don't got to go be a minor leaguer for a while and get paid like doo-doo money. Ball one up high. But then again, baseball provides you a little bit more freedom and a little bit more U time than football gives you. So that'll be called strike one to Mr. Schwarber. Again, he's been calling those kind of low pitches all game, so guys are just gonna have to adjust and start ripping at him. Yeah, like that. I mean, it sucks to swing at those, but like he's been calling them shit all day like that. 1-2. I don't think he would have called that one a strike, so Schwarber did kind of chase that one. But where you see on the screen that 2 is, 100%, he's been calling those all game. So, I mean, it's shitty, it's annoying. But my rule with umpiring is it's only a bad call if they're inconsistent about it. Right, because then it's just like, oh, he's just got a weird strike zone. You know, you got to always consider the first 3 innings is where you should really watch for umpiring and be like, all right, that's where he struck out. Hey, good job, Wentz. Blew right by Schwarber. Now up is Real Muto. It's always been my personal philosophy, right? Like, wow, this guy keeps calling him low and out of the strike zone. It's like, well, he keeps doing it for both teams. Yep, so for 3 straight innings. Yeah, that's just called his expanded strike zone. You got to pay attention for those when you watch baseball.
Here's JT Realmuto.
You'd be shocked at how many people don't know that. At least I personally think you would be. Here's the 1-0 to Realmuto. Realmuto swings and misses at the 1-0 offering. Now it's a 1-1. Wentz has been pretty good today. He might be the guy we think about. Some real nice pitching so far. Sheesh. That's another nice one. Swing and a miss. Looks like he's having all sorts of trouble trying to time this kid up. This is a pretty good JT Realmuto, a guy that I wanted on the Tigers at one point.
Yeah, he took a lot of pride in having that USA.
Still do, actually. Fuck that. He's really good. He's better than everyone we got at the position. Fouls the pitch away. The count will remain at 2-2 or 1-2. Sorry.
I don't know why you wouldn't want to play in this tournament. Right? Why would you not want to?
Turner, Schwarber, and Realmuto were all members of Team USA. They all did really good. Well, Schwarber kind of 3 of 14 for him.
I don't know what it was about this particular World
It'll be ball.
Classic, but it seemed to capture more.
Now it's 2-2. There we go. Now I'm correct. Nobody on, 1 away here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Philly leads 1-0.
And a lot of players that we don't get to see a whole lot of.
And that'll be full count now for Realmuto. He's worked a good count here.
And I mean, from a
Always sign of a veteran pitcher versus a young veteran hitter versus a young pitcher. Counts quickly become full and.
It's beyond Hollywood story
Yeah.
endings. It's beyond. And the
Yeah,
genre
but
of
you know,
players thrown up there,
overall though, Derek, you know, it would have been funny if he chose baseball, but ultimately he probably did make the right choice in going with football.
football slider. I mean,
The sad truth.
very impressed with Team Japan and Team Mexico.
Strike him out. Oh, he did.
swing and a miss.
Damn, they actually struck Realmuto out. Good job by Wentz. Wentz might be the guy.
Game between Mexico
You think Wentz will, if Lorenzen's out for a couple starts, they might actually go Wentz? I don't know. This is a pretty impressive couple people to pitch against.
You're such a junkie.
it's just great baseball and to see the
I think getting Turner out, Schwarber out, and then Realmuto out in a row is nothing to sneeze at, right?
Tell you, Team Japan had some arms.
What's up, Amir? And I think he faced Turner with 2 runners on, with runners at 2nd and 3rd, so that's even more impressive in my little humble opinion. 1-0.
Mexico.
Here's Wilson, the guy stepping in for Hoskins, who unfortunately,
And the kid's
hopefully he didn't hurt his PCL or his ACL, and it's just maybe an MCL injury, but it's not looking good. No, you're good. Yeah, you're good. No, you're good, Derek. No reason to, you know, you don't have to backtrack on it. Going good? Hell yeah, good to hear.
Greeting a young fan.
We're just seeing if my Tigers can get out of their terrible win streak or losing streak. We've lost 5 in a row, but I think a lot of that comes down to we're losing late in games, and we're just also not hitting. So it's also a big culprit. Hey, there we go. We're up at 11 likes still. So if you haven't left a like, consider doing so. It'll help the stream out and get some people in here. I know it's a hard thing to do, but you know, it's something you could do if you're a good person. Oh, hey, another strikeout for Wentz. What a good start so far for the kid. Good 3 innings so far for Joey Wentz. Could be a sign that he might get the nod to get a few starts here with Lorenzen injured. 12. Hey, there we go. Now we're up to 12. We're doing a little better now. We'll be at 20 in no time. Though I do appreciate everyone who has left a like. I appreciate you guys. Good looking out. It is the top of the 4th. Or no, yeah. Top of the fourth coming up. It's Kreidler, Baez, and Meadows. Kreidler, Baez, and Meadows. Yep, likes just help get more people in and push the video out and yada, yada, yada. I have no idea. Kind of hard to put my finger on that one. Mainly because it's like, well, he should, I don't know. He hasn't hit one yet in the spring. It'd be nice to see him bash one out here like in the next couple days. Who got hurt? Oh, Lorenzen? Yeah, it's no good. I mean, there's not much we can do about it, though. Derek's like, I'll sacrifice my body parts for his body to work better. Like, damn, Derek. I put on for this team. So there's this weird MLB TV commercial that just lags the whole time it comes on, and then it turns off and goes back to the game. It's one of the strangest commercials I've ever seen. Literally, it just lags. It just like everything's all choppy. It's like the company that submitted the commercial turned in the wrong version. Like they just sent the wrong edition of it or something. And there's just this horrible fucking shit tier commercial where like nothing runs smooth, everything's choppy as shit audio. And it's like, you know, it's every time I've seen this commercial, and it's been a straight month. It's either, and it's the only commercial that does that. So I'm like, that has to be something. I think somebody sent the wrong tape for the commercial, like the wrong file. Here's the 0-1 to Kreidler. That'll be ball one down low. So 1-1. It's not too bad today. Well, that's good at least. Usually, I would imagine it gets harder. It's hard earlier on in the fasting period, and then gets easier as the month goes on. So it's like that. It sounds like it's just gonna be an easy. What is it? Month for Ramadan.
Kreidler flied to center his first time up. Bailey Falter's been fairly
1-2 count here on Kreidler. Falter still pitching here for the Phillies.
Again, ahead in the count.
Fouls it away. Count will remain at 1-2 though for Kreidler. You know.
And for a guy without what you call
It's
overpower.
yeah. That's why I figured.
I mean, you can't afford to be working from behind in the count.
No.
Alrighty. Here's the 1-2 here in the top of the fourth, and another foul.
Another breaking ball.
That just went foul. Almost made it down the line.
But he just automatically put the hitter on the defensive. That's what you want to do.
So Kreidler has a 1-2 count. Nobody on. It's the top of the fourth. Nobody's out. 1-0 Philly leads.
One of the oldest cliches in baseball, I know, but it is true.
That's how things become a cliche, right?
That's right.
1-2.
Ah. That looks like the first out of the inning, and it is. He flies out to the right fielder on an inside and kind of high fastball. Should have maybe tried to pull that, but it is, you know, it is what it is.
50 pitches in for Bailey.
Who? Joey Wentz is the starting pitcher for us today. Kind of a young guy.
If it feels good, do it.
Yeah, the thing is, he hit like 400 at the World Baseball Classic. He was put on the All-World Classic. He was put on the All-World Baseball Classic first team. So he just went and had like an unreal tournament. So it's like, well, I mean, maybe he's ready to go. All right, here's Javier Baez. You know what I mean? So it's kind of this weird dilemma with Baez. 1-2. Or 0-2, sorry. Literally, like, was one of the best players for the team in the World Baseball Classic.
The pitching coach had it.
Okay.
And he wore a pullover every day. But then we got.
I just don't know if he wants to be here, like, whatsoever. I think we should just try to trade his ass.
And he obviously.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think we just got to trade this guy.
So
What's up, Dre? I appreciate the like, man. It helps us out. Javi's going to have a great year. I feel like last year he was getting used to the new team and new ballpark. Yeah, maybe, Derek. You're definitely more optimistic than some. I just feel like he hates playing here for some reason. That'll be strike one.
I think I was asking for, you know, for too much.
Not like we wanted a boat or something.
Wow, they'll call that. All right. That was a little bit of a questionable call.
I'd call it the Scott.
Yeah, they've been. Man, there were some bad calls in that at bat. That'll be the third out of the inning, though. So it'll be Castellanos, Stott, and Bohm. 5, 6, and 7 coming up for the Phillies. They lead 1-0 here into the bottom of the fourth. Castellanos, Stott, and Bohm. We'll see if Wentz comes back to the mound. Commercial break and all that. Yeah, Devin McCourty, Dante Hightower. Yes, sir. I was thinking the same that too, but then I think yeah, exactly, Nate. We'll see though. I mean, if he starts having a good year, then maybe he just doesn't care about the preseason, which is possible. He could just be like, all right, let's get to the actual games. And if he comes out ripping the shit out of it, then we kind of were wrong, and he doesn't maybe want to be here. It's just, man, I hope he doesn't take till June again. Like last year, where he didn't start doing anything at all until June. Then he just went on this weird tear and was like a top 10 hitter the rest of the season. Which, I mean, if you do go look at that, it's one of the oddest things. It's like from June 7th or June 17th onward, he goes from like a bottom like 1 or like a bottom 3 hitter to, I don't know, top 10 for the rest of baseball. It's just his numbers were so bad prior to that moment of like coming around. It was like, there's no saving these numbers, Javi. You've struck out some crazy number of times. I hope he stops doing whatever home run or bust mission he's on as well. Just start taking some grounders and shit. You can get ground ball base hits again. So.
National League Champions Trophy on display here at Baycare Ballpark.
I don't know. Let's just hope Javi gets it going. All right, Castellanos leads it off against Wentz. Ah, shit. It was a good play, but it was a little offline on the throw. So Castellanos reaches on a base hit. If I was to start streaming MLB The Show, would you guys want to watch that? Because I can play that for free on my Xbox thing. Because I have an activated Game Pass thing. Hell yeah. Alright, I think I'll do that soon. I'm going to do some 22 so I can get warmed up for 23 because that comes out in 5 days.
I have one more follow-up question about Robbie Allen.
And then we'll have fun with that.
Are you still together as teammates without
I have one of the old Xboxes. I don't know which edition though.
Yeah. So a few months?
Yeah, a couple months. Yeah.
That'll be strike one. Runner at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
The bottle would have been just the icing.
Struck out this time on 3 fastballs, whereas he usually strikes out swinging on it. Yeah, that's true. At least they were all pitches near the strike zone.
Breaking ball lifted to left.
Hey, that should be the first out of the inning on a fly ball to the left fielder. 1 away. Stott flies up. Now up is Bohm. 1 out, runner at first here in the bottom of the fourth. So here's Bohm. Yeah, I figured.
Here's Alec Bohm.
Yep, Javi's a very fun boomer bust guy, but last year was all bust. It was a lot of bust. For very little boom. And that was the grand issue with Javier Baez. Hopefully he has a good year. Then it's really fun times.
Really in command.
I don't know. I don't really know how to consider last year because all of our hitters were in slumps. I don't know if we can use Baez not having a great year in Detroit as like, oh, he didn't want to be here. It's like nobody wanted to be here last year. Then if that's the stipulation, bad average, you know, the whole team had all slumps. Yeah, Emiliano, they won the World Baseball Classic. What a win. So I don't know if I can say that Baez not hitting well last year it is a sign that he just didn't want to be here, or just a further evidence that our hitting situation was god awful last year. Because we had what, everybody in a slump by the end of the year.
We alluded to it earlier, but Major League Baseball did, you know, their competition committee got together.
Even Riley got as low as 250.
Some of these rules and how it was progressing in spring training. And
I don't know. It just adds a complicated layer anyway. It's a 1-1 count here. Come on, Bohm. What are we doing? Runner at first, 1 away. Castellanos is the runner.
But a particular replay rule
fouls it away. Count will quickly go to 1 and 2 here. Well, I guess not really quickly. There's been a lot of time in this at-bat already. It was probably the wrong word to use.
The only player you can check is the player that fields the ball.
Gotcha.
So if it's a ground ball to third,
if the Tigers can hit, sure, they could be a decent team, but I mean, the reality is like anywhere from a 65 to 75 win team, I think. Hey, what a nice play by the third baseman over there. They get it the second out of the inning. It holds the runner at second. So good play. Nice strong throw. Banez looking, you know, pretty nice. Looks pretty nice. But it'll be 1 on. The runner is at second base. Castellanos does get down.
Usually it was a communication between the pitcher and the middle infielder. Now,
but there is 2 outs, so all we got to do is get out and get out of here. To the top of the 5th with a 1-0 lead to try to knock down. Called strike 1.
Coordinate their timing a little bit better.
I mean, they could have a good year if like every single thing goes right for them, right? Like all of our veterans have good rebound seasons and return to a normalcy for them. 0-2 count, by the way. On Cave. No shit. Oh, he got the strikeout.
Well, I think with regards to
Hey, struck his ass out. Yeah, exactly, Wally.
tough to get a story in, Scott.
Moving along, Ben. We're going to the 5th.
Yeah, if it was one thing, it was the other last year. So, again, a lot of symptoms of a young team. By the way, that was the 3rd out of the inning. We'll head to the top of the 5th. It'll be Rogers, Hernandez, and Ibanez. Yeah, Rogers, Hernandez, and Ibanez. 5, 6, and 7 for the Tigers here in the top of the 5th. 1-0 Philly leads. If you haven't left a like, consider doing so. We're well on the way to hitting our like goal. We're already at like 15 or 16. So, you know, if you haven't done so, you know, 5 more to go. But yeah, no, the issue last year was, yeah, the lack of consistency, inability to do multiple things in a single game. You know, just a lot of young team problems. But again, I do think this team could, like Derek said, shock people as if everything goes right. Boyd has to have a big year. All our pitching veterans have to have big years. All of our veteran hitters have to have bounce back years and like further develop into their potential, like Nevin, Vierling, Riley Green. You need all of those guys to like kind of start becoming superstars at the same time. Then you would also need like Scope, Baez. We don't really have a ton of veterans. Austin Meadows, Cabrera, all to kind of have like good to big years like they usually can. But if those things do happen, the Tigers could be a shockingly decent team. You know what I mean? It's one of them things where it's like they're not gonna kill it. But if Scope can hit back in the 270s with about 20 homers, like we've seen him be able to do, if Austin Meadows returns to his, 280, 290, or upper in the 300s with 20 plus home runs, and if Baez turns into his normal Baez fucking massive power self with 270, like, who says this team can't actually be decent? But again, that's you would need everything to go right. And fucking Rogers flies out on the first pitch. You know what I mean? It's like you're asking a lot of a team that has, that has a lot of fucking problems to work through. But also, I don't know. It seems like Scope just had an untraditional bad year. Meadows had medical problems. Baez had an untraditional year. Well, Hernandez has never been like at the same level of the people I just mentioned. You know what I mean? Here's Hernandez. But yeah, if he has a big year, that could be helpful. Again, I think a lot just relies on players who've had good years and have been good in the past returning to that form for this team to be successful. And living up to potential if they're a young player and starting to develop and showing that they're a guy in this league, like you'd like to see out of a Maton, a Vierling, a Riley Green. Maybe Spencer Torkelson, depending on his status of making the team or not. You kind of want to see.
When he gets to this baseball and just backhand, it works through, it stays parallel with the ground. You see Harp?
Not a precursor to playing second base.
No.
Ugh. All right, here we go. 2 outs here in the inning. That'll be called strike 1 to Ibanez, as I've already said. Sorry about that. I think Hernandez will make the team, mainly because I think they plan on trading him if he has a good enough year. And that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. So Tigers go quickly and quietly here in the top half of the 5th. They went down without not even so much as a whimper. It'll be Marsh, Turner, and Schreiber. 9, 1, and 2 due up here for the Phillies. It'll be Marsh, Turner, and Schwarber. Doing good, Kenny. How you doing today? Oh, loving commercial breaks as always. That's why the game's kind of at a pause and a standstill at this juncture. Damn, we already hit 100 messages. That's pretty good. Last stream we did with baseball, we didn't come anywhere near that. It was like as I was saying goodbye, we hit it. I was like, damn. But it's understandable. I know it's we're still kind of fighting through the rest of the preseason. It's like, come on, we got 1 week left. I think all the games stop Sunday though, so we're actually literally at the end of the preseason. We've got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I believe, of game coverage left. Working on some homework. Yeah, it's the way to go. I've got about 40 minutes left I can do with a stream. Well, actually, I got till about 3:30, so I got like an hour left. I did bad math. I have class this afternoon again at 5, but I have to I walk to campus and it takes about 30 minutes, 40 minutes. So, I leave at 4:20ish, and then I get there. To be trade bait, but which is very accurate, which double or triple A, because if a contending team needs a player like Cesar Hernandez due to injury and he's having a good year, no, they're gonna pay an expensive prospect. No. Billy, baseball works like one of the most crackhead versions of ways. Okay, so there's a unwritten way baseball works. If you're a good player and you have a bad year on a contract year, or just like a bad year when your contract and you get released, you go to a team like the Tigers, the Royals, the Athletics, the teams that aren't expected to be good. But you go out there and you ball the fuck out. You have you're having a career year. You will immediately be traded for by the deadline by a team that's contending, and that team that's contending is completely fucked over. These bad teams will sign players like Michael Lorenzen, your Cesar Hernandez's, who just had weird, uncharacteristically bad years or just a couple bad years, but they're typically good players. Just something happened. And you trade those players at the deadline pretty quickly. You go boom, 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 boom.
think him taking his hat off and removing the pitch com and then putting it back in, maybe that kind of gave it away a little bit.
Not really, Kenny. It doesn't mean much.
Marsh leading it off. Marsh grounded out his first time up, trying to bunt his way aboard.
I mean, what did you expect to get for Michael Fulmer? And wasn't that done before Harris's time?
Entering his first full year with the Phillies.
2-1. I'm gonna say, wasn't that an Avila trade when they traded away Michael Fulmer? He's like, why didn't Scott Harris get anything back for the Fulmer trade he didn't do? I don't know.
You keep forgetting how young he is.
Yeah.
You know, it's
not like that trade was made for.
I don't think he had anything to do with it.
Last year.
Yeah, I don't know why Scott Harris didn't get anything more for a trade he had nothing to do with, but
a lot of things really well.
you know, you might find out in your own question.
Here he draws a walk to get it started.
Oh, is that? Oh, okay. I see what you're meaning now. Ugh. Last year, Philly not choking. Almost died right there. I sneezed a couple times. Oh, I didn't think I'd make it, you guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. Do you guys see how I almost died? I was brought to my knees. Couldn't breathe for like 6-7 minutes there. It's like, dude, we watched the whole thing happen in real time. You just turned around, quickly sneezed, and came back. You had no problems with that entire interaction. Here's the 1-0 with the runner at first and nobody out. It'll be 1-1. It's up to the Sixers to make the Philly fans happy. I don't know. Baseball season's starting up. They'll be all right.
I said to Meg, I said, I feel like I'm back in Seattle.
I don't really feel bad for Philly fans. They've got to watch their teams playing a bunch of championships. That's more than some cities will ever get, even if they didn't win any of them. You know, boo-hoo, you lost a bunch. Oh, they got his ass. Oh, they're going to say he's safe. Justin Hunter, Henry Malloy, Nick Maytime, Matt Vierling, and Donnie Sands for two pitchers that were up and down and got us. Oh, Al? Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Derek. Yeah, I mean, we're doing better moves. Plus, like, we made some good moves. Like, again, I think Lorenzen, Boyd, and even those are trade pieces. Like, in Hernandez, those are guys that'll all be traded, I'm guessing. Especially since I think a lot of our young pitchers are due back right about July, June. Like, Scooball, I think, is due back in June, July. Whew. Turner almost just fucking hit a home run. It's a 2-2 count on Turner after a foul ball. Well, it remains 2-2. So we are at the top of the lineup with Turner batting again. Yeah, see, Amir knows. Amir knew what almost just happened. I almost just died, dude. Those trades Harris did were awesome. Even if the guys didn't pan out, he restored our position player depth. Yeah, exactly. Well, Soto's a good pitcher. That will hurt us in the long run. I mean, you can't really call a closer who's blown like what, fucking 5 career saves bad. Let's say that's a crazy take. Let's hear it. All right, tell me how a closer who doesn't blow saves is not a good closer. Sometimes guys get on base. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's gone. Boo. Why didn't you do that against Japan? Fucking traitor. No, I'm just kidding. No, he didn't. He did nothing in that last game. He showed his beehole in that last game. Did nothing, just like Mike Trout. Now I know why the Angels don't win anything. Can't win anything when that choke artist is running your team. Ugh. Can't believe he struck out. That dude struck out. That dude's probably swung and missed that 3 pitches 3 times in his whole career in one at bat. You know what I mean?
Basket there off the roof.
Nah, don't shake your head. That guy, it's rigged.
Trea Turner has number 1 as a Philly. Phillies have a 3-0 lead back.
Trea Turner showing up when it doesn't matter, like nobody else. Anyway, we'll stay in the bottom of the 5th. There's still nobody out. Kyle Schwarber's coming up. The Tigers are going to make a pitching change and bring in Garrett Hill. Nice piece of hitting by Trea Turner. He hits a home run, makes it 3-1 or 3-0. Hill to pitch and to face Schwarber, Realmuto, and Wilson. No, I understand why you trade Soto. No, I agree. You trade Soto also because I don't think he fit the build the Tigers are going for in the long run, right? Like if the Tigers were building a more traditional bullpen where they had defined roles, like this is our setup guy, this is our middle relief guy, this is our long relief guy, this is our closer. They don't do that though. They just have a slew of pitchers that all do kind of the same thing. Like some days you might see Alex Lang have to pitch 3 innings. Some days he's the closer. Some days, he just, some days Cisnero might have to close. Some days it might be somebody, I don't think the Tigers are comfortable, or Brad. I think that's a future move, and I think AJ Hinch is seeing a lot further into the future and like kind of like reading the trends of the games and kind of seeing like, all right, bullpens anymore. You shouldn't have these super defined roles. It should be these are like the short inning late guys. These are the long inning, earlier guys. And it's kind of more like all of our short inning guys can close. But not. But and they can all pitch the 8th inning and they can all pitch the 7th. Nobody is like the guy. I think that's far more valuable than just having a traditional closer like Soto, who the problem with traditional closers, they're fun, they're great. They fucking suck at non-saves. Right? Like think of every great closer you know of and think of them pitching in like 5-run lead in the 9th inning just so they can get some work. Tell me what happens a lot of those games. Or if they come in the 8th inning to get some work and in a blowout. How much closer suddenly you might need your closer again because they'll give up 4 runs out of nowhere. It'll be like, how did that did he just give up 4 home runs? Then they'll just walk off the mound like just shaking their head like, gosh, I just never want to do that again. They look drunk when they don't come in closing. It's just like, what is going on? Like, they're just out of whack. They give up a bunch of hits, and they're hitting people and shit. They're like, I don't know. Hey, they struck out Schwarber pretty quickly there. There's one away. A good start by Hill. Yeah, like, that's kind of the way that it's set up. And I think that's also why they traded Soto. If they wanted a more traditional closer, you go with Soto. But again, I think they wanted to be, and I think that's why people don't like Soto is because, again, he's garbage in non-saves and really bad when it's not like a 1 or 2 run save. But when it's like a 2 or 1 run save, he's like, he becomes lights out. It's one of the wildest. It's just the closers. I don't know. Closers are fucking strange. Some of them need extreme pressure to be able to pitch. Like they overthink it if there isn't like if they just can't close their brain off and pitch.
Like an Albert Pujols comes to mind. I mean, his bat would seemingly be in the
Yeah, like we'd be up in a big amount and then we'd bring Soto in like the 8th inning of a 7-run lead. And that asshole would make it a 1-run lead and we'd lose and be like, God damn it, this guy sucks. And it's like, why are we bringing our traditional closer in this 8th inning of a blowout? Just don't use him. He's perfectly fine just being not used until a save situation.
very flat bat through the zone.
Hinch, he's a regular closer. You know this. You know how closers are, old closers. They can sit there for 4 or 5 in a row and be perfectly fine on that 5th day and be like, all right, I'm ready to pitch. It's like they took no time off. That's what closers are. They're a entirely different fucking breed if they're an actual just closer. You think that they would never need to knock the dust off of like Todd Jones, Mariano Rivera? No, them guys could go like a whole winter. You just shut them into a shed. You pull them out in the springtime. They do, you know, you let them dethaw next to like a heater. They're not like too hot though, because they might get some nerve damage. And they're ready to go. That's what closes. They're shit people. No, you know, they're built different. And back-to-back strikeouts by Hill. He's pitching pretty filthy here.
Well, you are invited. You're on notice.
Nice to see. Nice to see. Hey, we're up at 21 likes. I appreciate that very much, everybody. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the stream. And I appreciate the likes. It's helping get people in and all that. So good looking out.
Purchase tickets today.
Appreciate you kindly. Bottom of the fifth, 2 away after a quick couple strikeouts, but the damage has been done this inning after Trea Turner has hit a 2-run homer to make it a 3-0 game. Foul ball though, so it'll be 0-1. This is Wilson, who had to come in for Hoskins. Still no real update on what happened to the guy's knee.
But he went down after trying to make a play in the second inning today. It appeared to injure his left knee or left leg.
You know, Austin Meadows hit a 3 or 4 hopper to first base. He retreated on it and just that left
I just gotta
kind of gave way.
Just replying to something. Sorry about that. I'm good now.
No.
Todd Jones is on the broadcast. Yeah, I'm happy that Todd Jones. It's going to be Todd Jones, Craig Monroe, and I think Shepard, right?
Hill the 1-2.
Oh yeah, Toddy's way too old. He was old when I was a young guy watching baseball. It feels like.
Not a big guy, but
2-2 count. Here's the 2-0 coming. Fouls it away. Keeps himself just alive. Just alive.
Reese Hoskins in the top of the second.
Yeah, he can be the ninth inning guy for Craig. And Cameron Maben, I believe, is also part of the broadcast team now too. So it's getting pretty good. It's getting pretty good.
The amount of concern you could see from his teammates as they gathered around him, that he was carted off. Looked like he wanted to try to get up, and they kept him down and wanted to be sure.
Damn, Amir. Apparently Wainwright's going to start the season on the on the IL with the sore groin. Let me see what the actual thing says. Yeah, groin strain. Oh fuck, that might, yeah, groin strain. So it's not that bad. He might be out like a week or two. He might miss a start or two. Exactly, Billy. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Hopefully he didn't hurt it. It sounds like he hurt it in a bullpen session, not at the World Baseball Classic. Hopefully not. Oh, Jesus. Are they going to let him walk on that?
heck of an eye there.
Wow.
Weston Wilson.
Karen Maben is going to be calling some games this year with Dan Dickerson on the radio. Yeah, on the radio and the TV broadcast. Don't really know where that last pitch missed. Not really.
So truly, whichever one you want.
Yeesh, they've been calling that all game, and they just gave him a free walk. Okay.
Timeout here.
We have a time violation.
Oh, time violation.
Timeout, but Castellanos.
Oh, Nick Castellanos got a strike for a time violation, so it'll begin 0-1. Doesn't really matter after they already gave him a free walk. That'll be 0-2.
Just wanted to work on his 0-1 approach.
My guess is no, that's not the case.
That'd be funny if guys just started taking a couple like deliberate strikes and then working on their 0-2 approaches in spring training for a couple pitches. And Castellanos grounds out. Should be the second. Ooh, that was a close one. Should have took that to first. Anyway, we'll go to the top of the sixth inning here. Top of the sixth coming up. It's a 3-0 lead after the homer by Trea Turner, picking up right where he had left off. Eventually this will flip over. It's his last season. Oh, I didn't know that. Hopefully it doesn't miss too much time. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Tigers. 8-9-1 here as they try to gain some ground in the sixth inning. Lipsius, Davis, and Short. That's Andre Lipsius, Jonathan Davis, and Zach Short. 8-9-1. Can the Tigers get something going, or will they sadly fall to what looks like an inevitable 6-game spring training losing streak? Not idea. Not idea. Stop. Can't wait to do some Road to the Show and MLB The Show. Hopefully they fix that game mode and it's not like that super, overly done thing where there's a bunch of like dramatic presentation and I can just like make a guy and pop right in. And just try to get my way through the minors, get my way through the majors. I think that's my favorite way to do it. I might make another person on the 22. I think there's a way you can turn that off where it's just like you don't have to do like the story. You could just do like, I just want to do like a traditional playthrough where I, slowly make my way up. Yeah, exactly, Matt. We're losing because, we're getting the losing out of the way now. That's a good way to look at it. Can't be losing when you've already lost. Oh, new pitchers coming in for the Phillies. Time to do some damage. Eric Uleman. I have no idea how to say that name. It's 8-9-1. Lipsius, Davis, and Short due up though.
Yeah, it was great. 61 total pitches, 45 for strikes. Very impressed with the breaking ball.
All right.
Now
Eric Uleman. Oh, okay, Uleman. Uleman's pitching now for the Phillies.
Over here in the 6th inning. And joined now by Rob Thompson, Phil Skipper. On the field.
Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Oh, okay.
All right, come on now.
I can't hear it.
Let's see some games.
You guys, but usually I can hear
Pitch.
myself, too.
Okay. Well, trust me, you sound great.
Oh,
All right, here comes a home run from Lipsius.
And you look even better.
Never mind, it's a base hit though.
There's a broken bat.
There's a little bloop single. That'll be one on, nobody out. Good start to the inning here off Uleman.
it really was. He threw some
Now up is Davis with one on and nobody out. Tigers trail by 3. They manufactured a run in the first, the Phillies did, and then Trea Turner hits a 2-run homer in the 5th, and now the Tigers have something to, kind of try to get some runs back here in the 6th. Off to a good start with, with Lipsius reaching.
Yeah, it's concerning. I'm not sure what it is yet. I haven't heard anything, so they're checking them out.
Tigers have 3 hits now, so, they're getting up there.
The game, I'm sure.
Davis showed bunt, withdrew it, and they're going to call it a ball, even though that was a strike.
Especially initially, and he's had some knee issues.
You act good enough, you can always get that that pitch changed to a ball.
Sure, but they
And pulling back on a strike.
in the clubhouse afterwards, so that might be a good sign.
Can trick a dumb umpire that way.
Hopefully good.
It'll be called ball 2.
Fingers crossed there.
Yeah.
He means so much more than just the numbers to your team, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He's so good in the clubhouse.
How's everybody's days going now? Pretty good? Everybody enjoying the slowly rising temperatures?
He's big for us. He really is.
You can see it's really sunny out by me today. Look, you see that shit? Which is nice because it was supposed to be rainy as shit. And I think we defied that expectation today. It's a 2-1 count.
Talk about a little bit what he's going to add to this lineup.
Well, it's a little bit of everything. He's such a dynamic player, and he can beat you in a little
Davis
bit.
needs to get
Beat you with his legs, and he gets on base. He slugs.
that'd be pretty cool.
Defense covers a lot of space out there on the dirt. So
Instead of using it there. Yeah, we need Short to be able to hit a 2-run shot here and use the last of his homer ability for the year.
yeah, I felt good.
So I think he's already hit like 3 this spring, so he's got to be at his maximum for a calendar year.
Time called at the plate by Davis.
Back in 1 second.
Leading at 3-0. As Eric Uleman. The pitch. Rob, I mean, a week to go. Are you? I mean, Ben and I were talking about just the injury to Reese. You're in this spot where I guess there's not a whole lot to be won. You just kind of want to get to the finish line healthy, right?
Yeah, really you do. And, we'll see what happens with Reese. But the good thing about this camp is there's so many players that you would call, say, on the bubble, if you will.
All right, Davis grounds it.
All played well.
Should be. Did he breed it? No, he didn't.
Got some good
Darn. I'm not gonna say he beat it, even though he might have. I was thinking about going to a Tigers game when the Mets are playing in Detroit first week of May. Hey, that'd be pretty good. Those tickets are probably gonna be a little pricey though. So the runner gets down to second, pretty much same thing as like a sack bunt or a sack move up. So good job by Davis, gets the runner over. Productive outs are nice. Here comes Zach Short with the runner at second and one away, top six.
Yeah, they're really getting after it. It's a great.
They're doing a manager interview of the Phillies coach, or one of their coaches. I'm not sure if it's the head guy.
People that we've brought in, our front office has brought in during the offseason, they're just.
I gotta stand for a minute. I can't sit for that long, especially in the middle of the afternoon. For some reason, I start like my body stiffens up really bad.
A lot of good things happen.
2-1 count. Short the batter.
Short at the plate
Ball one.
and up and away. Any updates today as far as Ranger?
No, although he's getting better, feeling better. We're looking at a bullpen here in the next couple of days, and so good signs. I think he's making a lot of progress.
Now, getting back to the guys that did come back from WBC, did any of them say they're kind of missed out on certain things, maybe some BP or ground balls or anything like that?
Well, I think it's just the reps, the game.
All right.
Because they're not playing.
It'd be fun to go. Tigers games could be pretty fun though, especially if you're lucky enough to get to go to a win. Short strikes out. 2 down now in the inning. 2 down as Short strikes out. Here comes Ryan Kreidler.
Yeah, I mean, you've talked about that in recent days, the idea that Schwarber DH'd a lot, but he's going to need to sort of get his left field legs going too.
Yeah, so he's going to play 7 today.
It is the top of the 6th. The Phillies lead 3-0.
This will be JT's last inning. I want him to catch Ullman.
Vierling is playing third. Yeah, he knows how to play a bunch of positions.
On Saturday.
But I'm not watching that one. Yeah, I'm gonna be in class.
JT
Going to be
Ullman
big.
with 2 down here. 3-0 Phillies. And Kreidler fouls one off.
Topper, we were talking earlier.
Won't even be home till right about 8:30 or so. So the game might actually be over by the time I get home. So if so, I think if I do a stream this afternoon, this evening, this evening, I'll do an MLB The Show stream. I just got to make sure I can still stream things directly from my. Oh, almost got him picked at second, but he got back in there. We got a 2-1 count here for Kreidler. Runner at second with 2 away. Could use a base hit to get the run in. Maybe some nice power here. I don't know.
But he works at it. He's got a great maintenance program during the season, which keeps him healthy and which keeps him fresh. But he does everything.
Just got to make sure my capture card still works and everything still connects all up and everything.
I like it. There's, it's good fastball.
Yeah, it's always cool. I learned that a lot of the guys we picked up are like super utility players. They can play like anywhere on the field. Hey, ball 4. There we go. Does he got to go back to second because he walked? Oh, no. You don't have to. He stole third, and it's going to be ball 4. So now we have runners at the corners and 2 away. So here comes Javier Baez. Maybe, hey, Baez could tie this up. He's got the ability to tie this up. Sorry, I'm standing. I'll be sitting in a second.
Bring back Sosa, and now you've got, Kingery's back to looking like Scott Kingery again, and you got Clemens, you've got this Weston Wilson.
Sort of fun little my career on MLB The Show. Might be a fun stream. That'll be strike 1 on a pitch down, kind of right down the middle. Baez lets it go. That would have been quite the pitch to tie it on, but I think he likes the ball up to swing on and like jack out.
Here against Ullman with 2 on and 2 out. And the pitch a little bit high.
Ball 1.
Strom, are you still thinking about stretching him out 2, 3? How many innings could you get him stretched out to you?
Yeah, we'll be full 3 the next time he gets out, and maybe another up. So he might get 4 ups, like 3 1/3, something like that.
Going to be a tough play.
Hey, no play.
No play to be had.
Baez gets a run in.
There's that sinker right there. He gets a lot of soft contact with it. Just in the wrong spot.
Hey.
Hard to believe he could swing that hard.
It is like a squeeze.
That's right.
Look at Baez coming through. Look at Baez with the big hit.
Baez.
Man, that sinker had some run.
It's 3-1 now. Baez gets on with a little dribbler base hit off the end of the bat in the infield because the pitcher didn't really have a play off of it. Arguably, that would have been a foul ball in the regular season, kind of based on where I thought it. I just saw it hit. Ball one down low. Here's Austin Meadows. They have a pinch runner in for Baez now. They're starting to put in the B squad. I think is who's running? Murr. Inside to Meadows, it'll be 2-0.
What do you feel like are the biggest questions unanswered? I mean, what keeps you up?
Hopefully hopefully we get something going here. Maybe a nice little jack here by Meadows. Show he's got something still in the tank. Foul ball, 2-1.
Yeah, it's just you're trying to get.
I just think it would be rather reassuring to see him like pop a home run really quick here. You know, we're starting to run out of spring training games. He hasn't yet really found the seats, while the rest of the team has been rather fucking bumping in their power output. So I'm a little worried to see Austin still struggling along. Again, I understand he's in a little bit of a different situation, having, you know, dealing with all the mental health stuff he dealt with last year. So it does look like he's hitting better though. His average is slowly like trickled up all spring. Yeah, I know. I'm not hating on him. I just would like to see a little bit more power. His eyes as good as ever. He just walked. So that's something to keep in mind. He's walking. He's taking close pitches that are the correct pitches to take. I think those are just as important as, you know, his swing is starting to look a little better. He's looking a little bit more like he's putting more power behind everything again, which I'm glad to see. Well, Javi's been at the World Baseball Classic, and Meadows, yeah, it's crazy that Meadows hasn't. But again, you have to also consider Meadows is coming back from vertigo on top of like this weird mental health thing where he probably didn't do anything baseball related for a year, or since like what, May or June of last year. He probably just stopped doing anything. So I don't know. I feel a bit of sympathy for the guy. We do have the bases loaded with 2 out here, so a good shot at tying the game on a base hit. Well, Jake Rogers. Yeah, he also had to deal with COVID, vertigo. I think he got another thing. Yeah. Bad year for Austin. Well, Jake Rogers is up with the bases loaded. Hopefully he can come through with the base hit. Don't need more than a single.
I would think this would probably be his last hitter.
And this game will be tied because we have a pinch runner at second. Strike one. Fuck.
Before we let you go, we kind of touched on Bailey, but
Come on, Jake.
What do you see as the next step for Bailey? I mean, is it, you know, Ben and I talked about the idea that if he refines his changeup, makes that a little bit.
Here's the 0-1.
I think that's the key.
Inside, ball one. 1-1 count, bases full, 2 away, 3-1 Phillies lead here in the top half of the 6th inning. Tigers looking for a big hit that could tie the game up.
Fastball gets on hitters. The breaking ball, both his breaking balls really improved last year, and now the improvement of the changeup this spring.
Here's the 1-1. That was close to a pitch fly. Ah, damn it. Well, Rogers just flew out. Boo. They should have brought in Haas. Boo. All right, well, that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. Tigers at least do something at the plate that inning and get a run back. It'll be 3-1. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Stott, Bohm, and Cave. Stott, Bohm, and Cave. That's 7, 8, or well, 6, 7, and 8 for the Phillies. Stott, Bohm, and Cave. Sounds like a place like, oh, you go down Stott Road to get to Bohm Cave. Ooh. Sounds like a scary ass ghost will be there. Anyway, yeah, I can't wait for the next few days. I can't wait for next Thursday. It'll be a good time. You guys planning on tuning in? Hey, we're up at 21 likes too. If you haven't left a like so far, make sure you drop one. It'll help the stream out. You know, helps things look a little better. You know.
With over 700 vehicles to choose from, I'm Mackenzie Miller, and we are a mega team.
Should be a fun week next week. Tigers will be playing the Rays at about 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, of course. Oh shit, I forgot to mute it. I don't think it's that loud though. Come on, get to the game. I hate these commercials. Hill remains in the game to pitch by the looks of it. You'll be out of town? No, I mean, if you can't tune in, you can't tune in. If you can, you can. I'm just asking in general if people want to be in. There's plenty of other games. All right, here we go.
Be 18 or older, please play responsibly.
We're probably going to see, starting next inning, the backup stalls start to filter into the game as everybody gets their last bats. Stop Bowman Cave against Till. That'll be ball one, a bit inside. That kid, come on, man, get around on something. 1-1. That was the funniest tackle I think I've ever heard from a crowd. Come on, man, get around on something. Anyway, 1-1. And that'll be ball two. Just a bit outside.
So you see it better, but doesn't mean you can catch up to it.
Luis Ortiz begins to loosen up.
Damn, that's a big ass dude warming up in the bullpen. And that'll be off the looks like a pretty easy fly ball. And that'll be the second out, or first out of the inning, rather. First out of the inning, and due up now is Bohm. He got around on one. He just didn't really, you know, it wasn't like the hardest hit ball in the world. It was kind of just a medium hit.
Alec Bohm looked this spring, huh? Just physically. I mean, he really added muscle in the offseason.
Put together.
There we go. And here's the pitch. Strike one.
I just like how he's getting his bat centered over his
Do 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 do. Choo choo. Do 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 do. Just a reminder that I do have to dip early, probably on before this game goes final, mainly because I have class at I have to be out of my apartment by like 4 to get to for my classes at 6 or 5 o'clock. If this was a regular season game, I'd push it as far as possible, but you know, fucking preseason. Not about to really put myself in a stressor about this. But this game's going at a pretty good pace. We could finish it by then. That'll be the second out of the 6th inning as Bohm flies out to the right fielder Meadows. 2 down now, and due up is Cave. I don't know. Oh, they got rid of walk-up music too, which sucks.
But I think both are.
That's the only drawback I think of the of the pitch clock era. Then did the batters and ended walk-up music. Now they're not going to do that anymore, apparently. Goddamn liberals took everything from us. Sorry, my hair is fucking bothering the shit out of me right now, man. Gotta get a haircut pretty soon.
Just look at it. It's like he.
What do we got going on? 1-1 count.
Which I like to see. You know, he's not cocky. He's confident in his ability and his approach right now.
Lined hard to left. Hit for Jake Cave.
Ah, he got a base hit. So that'll be a 2-out single for Cave. Now up is Marsh with 1 on and 2 out in the bottom of the 6th. His Phillies lead 3-1. Hill's still pitching. Ooh.
Brandon Marsh now.
There we go. Now we're good.
0 for 1 with a walk.
All right. Here's Marsh.
The regulars will start switching out for the Phillies. We see Jim Haley in the on-deck for the bat.
Have a good one, Derek.
As the first pitch to Marsh, a called strike.
Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. And Hill getting ready for the 0-1.
0-1.
Oh, pickoff move. Nothing going. Nothing there. Just trying to, you know, chase him back to the bag, I guess.
wonder how much
Bum
different
bum
these,
bum 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 bum.
things will look that first week of the regular season when there's so much more riding on it, so much more at stake.
Did it again. That's both of those. So now he can't do that anymore.
Now he's thrown over twice. Can't throw over
All
again
right,
unless he's
good.
gonna get him. If he
It's
doesn't,
annoying.
it's balk.
He just got back with ease. So
Now,
there's going to be a fine line. You don't got there too far. We could pick you off.
All right. And that'll be up high. Ball 1. 1-1 count.
You're just not going to see a whole lot of that. Back-to-back picks. Understandably so.
Here's the 1-1. That'll be 2-1. Oh, great. Now he can't find the strike zone.
who's got a long resume.
A little too focused on the runner.
He's got 5 of them.
I hate when you start seeing that happen. It's like, come on, man, just pitch. You were pitching good just a second ago.
Takes all these to go over twice in a row.
You all right?
Well, we're having some issues with the drapes and the drapery.
Crazy that everybody stopped talking at the same time.
The walls are falling down. The walls are closing in on Ben Davis.
2-2.
It's going to come down on you again. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It was a good framework, but that was a ball. 3-2. Well, Hill was doing so good the inning before. Now he can't find the strike zone if his life depended on it. Well, it looks like everyone's leaving too. So I guess I'll probably start wrapping us up pretty quick here. Probably after the Tigers bat in the top of the 7th. No one's saying anything anymore, and people are leaving pretty quick. So I'm pretty well. Guessing that's the end of the game for most people.
Jake Rogers certainly thought he went. He was walking off the field. Tigers catcher. Was close.
Just gonna go off the vibe I'm getting from everybody.
The pitch to Haley.
Ball outside.
Turner with a home run.
Kind of low.
In his last
Another
at-bat,
ball.
1 for 3 in his return to the lineup.
Not too much of a surprise there. Suddenly this guy just can't hit the strike zone. Facing off against the, not the best part of this lineup, and he's suddenly fearful of throwing strikes.
One ball, 1 strike.
Pitch. And he's far too. Dude, he's out.
And Marsh is really out.
I was going to say, they picked Marsh off by a country mile. Good job by Jake Rogers there to get that out. Yeesh. That inning was going bad. Hill couldn't pitch anymore. Yeah, there's a problem with our pitchers with guys on base. They start over focusing on the runners. All right, he's out. So we'll head to the top half of the 7th inning. Top of the 7th inning coming up. It'll be well, this is frozen probably now. Whenever an odd out happens, this fucking MLB Gamecast just fucking crashes on itself. It's like I have no idea what just happened. And it just fucking doesn't work anymore for a little while. Anything other than a traditional out, they're like, "Oh, we haven't game planned for this." So, and I think that's just like an MLB wide problem. I don't think that they plan very well for any of that. Yeah, have a good one, Wally. Yeah, I assume most people are going to start leaving. I'm going to watch the top of the 7th, this last at bat here by Detroit, and then I'm probably going to dip too. Based on the way it's going, it seems like everyone else is leaving. Luis Ortiz is starting to come into pitch. It'll be Hernandez, Ibanez, and Lipsius. Oh, it's not even like the good part of the lineup. Ugh. Like, I'm going to be sick. Ugh. I start puking everywhere. Like, dude, it's not that dramatic. What the fuck? All right, 3-1. Let's see how the rest of this inning goes. Ortiz is up. It's hilarious. They're interviewing JT Realmuto instead of Trea Turner right now. It's like, well, why not Trea Turner? You saving him for later in the game? I know Realmuto had a really good run at the WBC, though.
Who watched the Classic could tell how much fun we were having out there together. You know, it was a really good group of guys. Obviously, there's a ton of talent on that team, but getting to know the guys.
What the fuck? Okay, there we go. There we go. Sorry, I couldn't find my screen. I was like, where the hell's the game screen at that I have?
Quite the cast of stars. That's just to see those guys and see the enjoyment playing for their country. That just meant an awful lot.
Yeah, it's just kind of a different pride factor that we got to play with. It, you know, we're not
All right, strike one.
that, you know, grew up, raised in the United States.
Here's Hernandez.
Ball players, we're all super proud of where we're from and the culture we've built here in the baseball family. And just
Itchy-ass beard.
And put that jersey across our chest. It was something really special.
Probably shaving my beard pretty soon too. I don't want to have this anymore. I'm pretty tired of it. I woke up the other day and I was like, I think I'm done with having this long ass beard.
I think 2017 was the last one.
And I was like, that's how I figured I'd get rid of it. One day I'd wake up and be like, I'm starting to get sick of this thing. In the last couple of days, I've been nothing but annoyed of it. So I'm pretty sure I'm just going to get rid of it one day this weekend. Once I can feel underneath and make sure I ain't got no fucking pimples. I think I got one pimple on the left side. So once that goes away, I'm pretty sure this thing's done for. I miss my normal face.
And you, I mean, I'm sure as a kid seeing that and seeing the.
I'll give it a few more days and I'm going back to clean rock.
I mean, that's probably something that sticks with you.
Yeah, it was pretty. I mean, it's pretty special just to be able to growing up.
That's a strikeout. Come on.
Smaller town in Oklahoma, and just to see
That'll be the first out of the inning. Hernandez strikes out. Ibanez is up now, unless they're gonna pinch hit this guy, but I doubt it.
Literally, you know, if I put my mind to it, anything I want to do is possible because I was able to see somebody close to me, somebody in my family be so successful on the world stage.
Well, you are the best at what you do in the entire world, and just watching.
Here's the pitch. That'll be inside, ball one. That was a really close pitch to take there. Good take there by Ibanez. Here's the 1-0. I would argue that's a good take too, because I was in a similar spot.
It's not something that came super naturally to me.
We got a 1-1 count here for a. I think his name is Andy Ibanez. I think. I don't know. Anyway, he tipped that one. It'll be 1-2.
In my mind, like I'm still out here learning, still trying to get better, just because I didn't catch growing up, so it still feels new to me. I've been doing it quite a while, but just something I've had to work really hard at, and I think the athleticism.
And timeout taken by Ibanez.
In the transition, but I take a lot of pride in my defense. That's for sure.
Thanks for everyone for tuning in this afternoon. I appreciate it. Hopefully you're having a good stream. Just chilling, listening, and working on whatever you happen to be working on. I always forget that these middle of the afternoon streams, the people who are probably listening are busy working. So that's probably why you guys don't say much. But imagine that nighttime streams would be a little different. But, so I do appreciate you tuning in. Though, I'm probably just passing your time at work for a couple hours here.
Obviously, he's a special player on the field, but what he brings to a clubhouse.
Yeah, I figured. I always have to remember that not everybody's in fucking grad school, and they're just like, "What do you guys don't have anything going on until class? Like, what are you fuckers busy doing?"
It's not too bad. I don't know the severity of his injury yet, but hopefully we can get him on the field as fast as we can because he's a huge part of our team.
I also just assume a lot of the people who watch baseball are also a tad bit older, right? Like, I've noticed that the difference in baseball is my average age will be in the 50s through 70s. There's a lot of older folks that watch YouTube, specifically like just to watch baseball streams, I think. And it's a very odd subculture. Amir, you should look into that yourself. Your average age for baseball streams is probably much higher than NBA ones. It's probably shockingly higher. Because my football is in the 18 to 34 bracket, and that's like pretty heavy male dominate, you know what I mean? But then it looks at baseball, it shifts into like 5% female all of a sudden, and like the age bracket goes up. So I'm like, I'm very popular with the older ladies. And that'll be the third out of the inning. So I'm like, hell yeah, there we go. That's the demographic I've always wanted to appeal to most. Elderly women. That's always been the goal. If you can get the old women, that you can get anything. I'm just playing around. All right, guys, I don't know. Do I want to do the bottom of the 7th? I'll watch the bottom of the 7th so long as they run it all the way through without any major interruptions, right? I just got to kind of be very time conscious because I only have a little bit of time before I have to get out of here. But at this point, they're going to be putting in all the backups, just so we're aware. Because I'm pretty sure for the, yeah, they're at the bottom of their lineup. You know, they're at the top. Haley's hitting right now, so we're probably just going to see guys start getting shoveled into this game. So I don't even know who's going to be pitching for the Tigers. I doubt Hill is. I gotta check my email real quick too. Make sure nothing's going weird with class. Email. Nope. Nothing pressing. Sorry. Just, you know, you always got to remain on top of your shits. And now that, you know, I'm kind of in, make sure everything's going good, so I'm ready to leave when I got to leave. Stream did pretty good today, too. 160 views. Not bad for a Thursday afternoon, a week before the regular season gets going, where everybody's pretty sick of the spring training. Not gonna lie, even I am. All right, 3-1 Phillies lead here, heading into the bottom of the 7th. We'll see what the Phillies do if they extend the lead or anything like that. It's, you know, we're just kind of killing the time. I'll give it a few more moments, and then we'll dip out. Oh yeah, Matt, I'm glad I can, you know, keep you some kind of company. There's something to listen to. Oh, man.
It's a little more predictable. You know what I mean? New pitcher for the Tigers out there is left-hander Jason Shreve, veteran lefty.
Oh, Shreve's out there. He might make the team. He hasn't had too terrible of a spring. It's been all right. That's Pacheco out there.
And some changes also for the Tigers as Shreve delivers to Haley, and that's outside. So Haley on the spring, just a 182 average with a homer and 6 runs batted in here for the Phils.
How about during the interview with JT?
Yeah.
Mr. John Middleton walked in and told me that JT's family said that JT was the most talented wrestler. I mean, his uncle John Smith, we heard about everything that he had won. 2 Olympic gold medals, 6-time world champion. They said that JT was actually the best.
Everyone's taking off. Yeah, you know what? I don't know.
He does it all.
Yeah, you know what? All right, guys. I think that for me is probably where I'm going to wrap it. I just realized I haven't said a single thing about this entire at-bat that's in front of my eyes. That's pretty much good for me, guys. I have to get going. I'm pretty well focused on a bunch of other stuff. I apologize. But, you know, it's 3-1. It's the bottom of the 7th. The Tigers have been whatever. All the backups are coming in. You know how the rest of this plays out. Hopefully tomorrow, I want to go look at something. Tigers. Take care, Amir. Well, they play again at 6, but I'll be in class for all that, so it doesn't really matter to me. They play the Pirates tomorrow at 6:05. Actually, that might be fun to do. If you guys want to, make sure you check out and subscribe to the Sports Critics channel. He covers basketball and Cardinals games. Cool. Yeah, we'll cover this game. There's no TV, but there is radio from Pittsburgh. We'll do that one. That should be pretty good. Yeah, catch you next time, Matt. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be probably live tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. That should be pretty good. Yeah, no problem here. Yep. Magic First Knicks. Yeah. I should be there sometime after class. I don't know exactly when your stream is, but I'll probably be there after class once I can get there, once I'm back. So I should be home around 8:30, 8:45, one of those two. In between. At 7? Yeah, I'll be able to at least see like the bitter end of the game, like the last last hour or so. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks for the likes and everything like that. Hopefully you have a good rest of your day. More than likely, I'll do a second stream this evening and play some MLB The Show, but I'm not 100% on that quite yet. But 100% I'm doing tomorrow's game because it's at night and it'll be pretty nice. And it's just a refreshing change to be able to do a night game. So, all right. I'll see you then. Have a good rest of your day. Go Lions, go Patriots, and of course, it's always go Tigers. Let's just hope that we start playing a little bit better when the season begins. All right? I'll see you guys next time.